Be sure to put your feet in the right place and stand firm. That was a quote by Abraham Lincoln. And I just want to touch on that. I want to expound on that today. And this is for the rest of the year. This is for the rest of your life. But you have to lock yourself in with whatever your principle to life is. Your principle to life, you have to have some kind of principle to life, or principles to life, plural. Because what we're getting ready to enter into this next season, it's going to be something serious, man. It's already testing folks. It's already testing folks. What am I referring to? Let's just touch bases on one thing. Now, I've been in the crypto for a long time. And I've seen a whole lot of different things that occurred. And I've seen people get in and lose their money and, you know, rug pulls and all this other stuff. Pump and dumps. All those things I've seen. I've been there for way back when people were giving their Bitcoin and loaning their Bitcoin out and they never got their Bitcoin out. And I've been there for a lot of that stuff. And now I come to see early this morning that the next president is putting up a new meme coin. And for the longest time, I had to try to figure out whether or not this was true. Now, meme coins are sort of like, if you're not familiar with crypto, meme coins are basically just some type of figure, some type of interest that you have, and you create a coin out of this interest, this figure, cartoon, whatever it is that you like or something. And it started from these guys who created Dogecoin. Dogecoin was way back. Dogecoin was made, it was a coin that they just made for fun, just to throw out there. And now this thing, Dogecoin, is like, I don't know, I can't remember, like top 10 coin. Billions of dollars. Has no utility, doesn't stand for anything, doesn't do anything, but it's just the fact that it had a Doge dog and people are speculating, they're putting their money into it. So that's kind of what a meme coin is. Just you come up with a Ninja Turtle coin. Throw that out there because you like Ninja Turtles. If a whole group of people like Ninja Turtles, they'll go up there and they'll spend their money and they'll buy that Ninja Turtle coin. They got some coin out there called Fart Coin out there now. So it's the world of speculation. Anyway, I've seen that the president, the soon-to-be president of the United States, which blows my mind, how the heck that any of this is possible. And I'm not saying that it's not possible, because we know who the freak is going in here, and it was always going to be no safeguards. It was always going to be deregulation. It was always going to be get up whatever you can get and pull out what you can pull out and leave it be. I don't even want to go on that whole tangent about this cat. But anyway, and all the people that support him. But this president created a meme coin. And now you got folks, this thing went up 11,000% in like 5 hours. 11,000%. I think it started out at 20 cents. And it went as high as like $32. Can you freaking believe that? This thing has done something that Bitcoin hadn't even yet done. It took Bitcoin a long time to kind of get to a certain percentage like that. 5 hours. So my point of what I was saying about being able to stand on something, we're going into this new world where you're going to get tempted, because you're going to see stuff like this. You're going to see people talking about, man, I put $500 in this thing, and this thing now I've got $500,000 or $1 million or whatever. You're going to see this stuff, it's going to become more pervasive. There's going to be all these different little schemes that are coming on. When this cat gets in, there's going to be a ton of these schemes, a ton of things that folks are just going to be looking like they can get away with. And if you don't have any principles, you don't have any morals, you are going to fall for these schemes. You're going to try to do the same thing that all these other people are going to do. And you know what? You may get away with it. Possibly. You may get away with it. You may be able to make a little bit of money here and there. You may be able to get in, get out. But what it does is it keeps you in that mind frame of, oh, I was able to do it one time. If something else comes up, let me try this because I was successful that way. If you understand about anything about trading, you start to get this FOMO. And then when you become successful, you think, oh, I got my chest all pumped up. Oh, man, this thing is easy. Nothing to it. And that's when you get caught. That's when you get caught. That's when you lose your shirt. What happened recently with the PPP loans? Those loans that they were giving out for people that had businesses that were affected by COVID. And these folks were going to be forgiven. They took out these loans, and if you showed proof that you used the money for your expenses and paying payroll and all this other stuff, you were going to get your money back, or you were going to get forgiven. Good program. Great program. But you had folks that figured out ways to be like, you know what? Let me figure out a way. If I don't have a business, let me create something, and then let me try to get these loans. Right? So you had a ton of people that were doing that stuff across these states. They were living life, buying a whole bunch of different things on these loans, thinking that, hey, man, I was able to get along. I was able to get away with it. I was successful. All those things happened. But then you knew what happened? After a year or so, all of a sudden, those eyes were on these folks. Little did they know. And then they came back. The government came back and said, oh, hey, remember that business you took out? And you got those loans? Hey, can you prove to me that you really had a legitimate business? Can you get through this audit? And most of these people couldn't, because they didn't have any legitimate businesses. The government cracked down on them, and they took them, put them in jail, some of them in jail, a lot of fines and all other stuff, and you're dealing with the federal government. Now, the caveat is, we know that this guy is getting into office, and this guy seems to have this kind of Teflon where he's been able to escape all kind of accountability, get away with all kind of things. So, you may have it for the next 4 years, and I don't know, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how many judges this cat puts in there. You may have it where you can get away with some stuff. But best believe it's going to catch up to you. It's going to catch up to you. I'm telling you. As many years as I've been on this earth, as many different financial collapses that have occurred, certain situations that have happened, just watching normal people day in and day out, it's going to catch up to you. Whether it catches up to you in the physical, as far as you lose your finances, or something from a karmic standpoint comes from a spiritual standpoint, or an effect on somebody who you love, a friend, something else comes back. If you try to do these different types of schemes or go underneath these schemes. So I'm just telling you, forewarning you, I see everything going right now. It's moving in that direction. It's been moving in that direction. And these guys got the perfect person to get away with whatever it is. And it's going to seem like, hey, nothing can be undone. It's sky's the limit. The economy is just going to keep on soaring. All these things are going to happen. But I'm telling you, if you don't stand for something and you get sucked up with that, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. No matter how much all these other people that you watch who seem like they're winning and they continue to look like they're winning, in many cases, there's many situations where they're losing. If you don't have no conscience, you don't have no heart, you're not worried about, hey, no legalities, hey, roll on out and do what you're going to do. But if you stand for something and you have principles and you have morals, then that should be that shield that holds you back to be like, you know what, let me pause. Let me chill. Let me make sure that this feels right. Not saying that, hey, some things you're not going to feel discomfort, like I talked about in our other videos, that discomfort helps you to grow. But there's a difference between doing stuff that's not on the up and up to make you grow. Stuff that goes, you feel it. Again, if you have a heart and you have a conscience and you have a spirit, you feel it. Other folks, like this cat that's going in there, there's no heart. There's no spirit. There's nothing there. It's an empty shell. So that cat can do whatever he wants to do. But you, maybe you were brought up differently. And I'm just telling you, stand on that. Stand on that. Now, as always, not yet ready for the park, but I'm going to catch you on the next note. Peace out.